In today's video, we're gonna do the 20,000 mile review of my Ford Ranger Raptor. We're gonna talk the good, the bad, the ugly, and the future plans for the Ranger Raptor. Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back. My name's Will and this is the Win Me YouTube channel. Quick sales pitch like always. If you get to the end of this video, you enjoyed it, you like this type of content, you like the Ford Ranger Raptor, think about scrolling down below, hitting that subscribe button. Totally free to subscribe, just sends you a quick notification whenever I'm posting some new content out there. But if you don't want to subscribe, that's cool. A like is always appreciated as well. Now with that out of the way, let's get into today's video. So like I said in the intro, today we are going to be talking about my 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor. I've had this truck now for going on 11 months here and I've already racked up 20,000 miles, so I figured this would be a great opportunity to check back in with you guys, give you the whole rundown of the Ranger Raptor, share with you some pros, some cons, some things I like, some things I don't necessarily love, and just kind of shoot the shit with you guys and let you know exactly what I've been experiencing for the last 20,000 miles with my Ranger Raptor. So I'm going to turn you guys around, give you a full rundown of the truck, then we're going to jump inside, go for a little bit of a ride, and just kind of go over all the details. So here it is in all its glory, my 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor. Shadow black exterior. On the interior, it's the same standard color layout that you get in all the other Ranger Raptors. This is the only interior option that you can get on the Ranger Raptor. As you can see here, we are on some aftermarket wheels and tires. We're running a 35-inch tire, 12 by 5.0 width, on a set of Volk Racing TE37 XT M spec wheels. Those are really sweet, and to fit those wheels and tires, we are on the Fouts 2.5-inch perch collar lift. If you don't know what I'm referring to, they are right up here, that little orange thing that sit right underneath the springs. Those are the perch collars. Gives the Ranger Raptor a nice level look by adding some preload to the front and just leveling out the truck. The wheels are a 17 by 8.5 with a +0 offset, so you do get a little bit of poke there. Also have the 3-fold hard tonneau cover. We have the Mustas auto lighting, grill marker lights, and then a few other like small performance things here, like a drop-in air filter, oil catch can, and blow-off valve. Haven't really done all too much yet, but do have plans for the Ranger Raptor, and we'll get into that in a little bit more. But figured just give you guys a quick walk around of the truck if you are new here and haven't been following my build. If you do like the Ranger Raptor, I recommend going and checking out my build playlist. I'll link that down in the description below. But yeah, now let's jump inside the truck and go for a ride. So I've owned my Ranger Raptor now for a little over 10 months and we have racked up 20,000 miles in that time. This is my primary daily driver. It's my work truck. I drive this thing every single day for work, driving from job site to job site. So I've been definitely racking up those miles. My favorite thing about the Ranger Raptor is just how agile this truck is. It's super sporty feeling. It doesn't drive like a truck in my opinion. It kind of drives like a little sporty rally car. So I know I've said that in a few of my other videos before. If you've ever driven like a WRX, an STI or an Evo or anything of that sort, that's kind of what the Ranger Raptor reminds me of. So I absolutely love that. The turbos hit real strong. You don't really get a lot of turbo lag with the Ranger Raptor, which is what I like. You know, especially coming from like my past few trucks being all V8s, I was a little bit skeptical of jumping into a V6, but even with the 2.7s that I've had in my Broncos, I feel like they were surprisingly powerful and quick, and the Ranger Raptor is even faster than those. Doing the mild trail riding that I've done so far, I feel the Ranger Raptor just really shines doing that. You can really get this thing moving on the trails. It feels super quick, and it also feels super quick on the road. For having, you know, 400 horsepower, it definitely feels like it even has a little bit more. And you know, that might sound crazy because obviously I know it doesn't, but this truck is just really impressive for what it's worth. It definitely blows away all the other mid-size trucks, because I went and test drove all of them before I pulled the trigger on this one. I wanted to get the absolute best mid-size truck, and in my opinion, the Ranger Raptor is the best mid-size truck, which is obviously why I bought it. But the turbos hit real strong. It definitely has like that turbo hit feel where it'll kind of push you back into the seat a little bit. You know, I'm coming from a TRX, so all trucks feel
pretty slow. After, you know, you've owned a TRX, I had that for 4 years, put a bunch of miles on it, drove the hell out of that, and I thought, you know, going into anything after that was going to just kind of feel really slow and shitty. But the Ranger Raptor has definitely surprised me, and the performance, it's just a blast. It's super fun to drive. You can throw it around. It turns really good. It handles the turns. It doesn't feel like there's a bunch of body roll or anything like that, so it really doesn't feel like a truck. So if you're gonna pick this up as like your first truck and you're used to, you know, driving like sportier cars or like sport sedans, stuff like that, the Ranger Raptor falls right in line with that. People are always pretty skeptical of the build quality, fit and finish of all the interior pieces as well as the exterior of these trucks, but in my opinion, it's held up really great. I know it isn't even a year old at this point, but I have been racking up the miles. In 20,000 miles, nothing really noticeable that's jumped out to me. I will say, and this is across the line of all the Fords I've ever owned, the paint quality honestly really isn't all that great. So I've had a few rock chips pop up over time and stuff like that, but it's not like I'm doing anything to be proactive with that, so I guess it's kind of my fault. Do have like rock chips across the front and stuff like that, so I mean, I guess I could have like PPF'd it, but I didn't really feel the need to, since, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's a truck, it's a work truck, so I know it was going to get beat up. I know I'm going to take it off road and it's going to get pinstriped and all of that, so it is what it is. Kind of a Ford thing with their paint quality, it's kind of shitty, so that doesn't really surprise me. On the interior, I've had no real issues. I know a lot of people like to critique the seats on these things. They get a little bit creased and stuff like that. Mine, same way. My driver's seat definitely has like the butt imprints and the creases and stuff like that. So take that as a con for the Ranger Raptor. The seats, so, you know, some people hate them, some people like to talk shit on them. I don't think they're really all too bad. They're super comfortable, they look cool, but they just have some creases. So, you know, it is what it is in regards to that. But as far as them wearing and stuff like that, I haven't seen any sort of major wear or anything like that. My truck sits outside and, you know, it's in the Florida sun every single day. Dash is still fine. All the interior trim on the inside, everything's still in good shape. No tears, nothing like that. The little 12 o'clock stripe that's up here, I try not to grab it like this all too much, especially like when I have any sort of like paints or anything like that on my hands. I figured that would start to tear that up, but I do get like some kind of dirty smudge marks on there, but you know, it is what it is. Everything else on the steering wheel is fading really good. I'm not having like any sort of flaking or anything like that. Rear seats, they're still pretty much perfect. I don't get a lot of people sitting in the back seat, just my daughter who's in a car seat, so everything else in the back is pretty much perfect. And for the passenger seat, I just have my wife who rides with me sometimes when we decide to take this over the GX, so the passenger seat is still really perfect at this point. Maintenance is very minimal with the Ranger Raptor. I do my oil changes every 5,000 miles, so I've just completed my 4th oil change on this truck. I do all of my servicing at the dealership. I just like to have a good relationship with my service advisor, and you know, everything has a nice paper trail that way. They charge somewhere around $200. That includes the oil change, filter change, full synthetic, and it also includes the tire rotation. With all the oil changes, I've also done the tire rotation. That way, you know, you get nice even wear. If you are still running the stock intake system, you probably want to change out the paper filter at 20,000 miles. I'm running the K&N on mine, so I recently just put that in, so that's all good, and it's a washable filter, so I keep up on that. You know, when the time comes, I'll clean it out. Reliability has been rock solid with the Ranger Raptor, and a lot of people always like to shit on Ford's build quality and all of this, and they always like to harp on, oh, recalls after recalls after recalls, but as far as my truck goes, it's been flawless. It's performed great. I've definitely put a hell of a lot of miles in the short amount of time that I've had it, and they're not soft miles. I drive this thing like it's supposed to be driven, definitely taking it, doing some mild off-roading, and I've had no sort of issues whatsoever. Knock on wood here, that remains the same, but yeah, for what it's worth, I've had no issues. If you're a Ranger Raptor owner yourself and you've had any sort of crazy issues, can you please do me a favor and comment down below what you've been experienced throughout your ownership? I like to spread awareness on my channel, so just because I haven't had any issues doesn't mean that there aren't issues out there. So starting a conversation down in the comment section might help out a prospective buyer out there. So if you are a Ranger Raptor owner and you've had issues with yours, go ahead, comment down below. The only real issues I've had with mine is with the infotainment system. Sometimes when I'm using Apple CarPlay, it'll randomly disconnect or it'll freeze. In particularly when I have like my phone connected, and then if I don't want to talk through like Bluetooth speaker, I go to hit phone and then it won't reconnect after I hang up the phone. So I think that's just a weird glitch. It was the same thing with my Broncos and with my Mustang, so I think it's just kind of like a Ford infotainment thing. And the only other thing that ever happened to me was really early on in ownership. The front lockers like randomly engaged and it felt like I had like no power steering. It was really weird, but that was just a weird electrical glitch. It only happened once, and ever since then I haven't ran into any other issues. Now let's talk about fuel economy. So the Ranger Raptor has a relatively small fuel tank. For me anyway, I'm averaging right around 300 miles per fill up. I run typically like 93, and then the next time I'll run like 87, then I'll run 93. So I guess I should preface that the minimum octane rating that you can run in the Ranger Raptor is 87. Now granted, that is for untuned trucks. So if you're running like that Ford ProPal, you want to be running a minimum of 91 octane. But yeah, with gas prices right now, I'm not going to lie to you, it feels really good just throwing in some 87 octane every now and then just to save a little bit of money. But you know, it is what it is. My other vehicles have to run premium fuels, so for the Ranger Raptor, this is the cheaper vehicle to drive and maintain currently. With the larger wheels and tires and with the lift, I'm averaging right around 16 miles per gallon. It's not the best, but for a truck pushing 35, especially like a performance-based truck, I think 16 really isn't all too bad. I did take a slight hit with the fuel economy when I decided to go with the 35s. It was totally to be expected. So I have 35 by 12.5 inch tires. I know I've already covered that, but they are pretty heavy ones. These are a rough terrain tire, so they're a load E rated tire. They're definitely on the heavier side, and I've lost right around like that 2 to 3 miles per gallon. So is it like crazy noticeable? Not really, but if you are fuel conscious, just take that into consideration before you go and spend all the money on a heavier load E rated tire. So what are my plans with the Ranger Raptor? I'm going to continue to drive the hell out of this thing and enjoy it and keep modifying it and building it, because I really do love this truck. I think it's the best bang for buck truck you can get right now in this segment. For I think it's $62,000, you can get one of these fully loaded. It checks all the boxes. It outperforms all the other mid-size trucks in this segment. I test drove all of them before I pulled the trigger on this one, and the one that was the most comparable was the TRD Pro, which was more expensive than this. And after driving the Ranger Raptor, when I went to go drive that one, the performance was just not there. There was no way I was going to pay more for a TRD Pro than a Ranger Raptor and have that level of just performance. To me anyway, it just felt way too slow. And when I got in the Ranger Raptor, and like I've said in a bunch of my other videos and this drives like a sports car. It drives like an Evo. If you've ever driven an Evo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It feels like it's on rails, it's super agile, and it's just a blast to drive. And the modifications and aftermarket support that's out there for this vehicle is just getting better and better. A bunch of companies now are offering performance parts. Some companies are starting to develop wide body kits, which look absolutely awesome. There's really good suspension options out there, bumpers, anything you want to do to a Ranger Raptor. All these major companies are starting to release products here. So for me anyway, I'm going to keep modding the hell out of it. In a prior video that I posted, I went over all the modifications. So I plan on doing full bolt-ons, custom tune, turbo upgrades. Want to do a wide body kit, and this thing's going to just be an absolute little monster once I'm done with it. So for me anyway, I don't see myself getting rid of this truck anytime soon. This one might be a long time member of my garage, and maybe one day when I have like, you know, 200,000-300,000 miles on this thing, if it lasts that long, I'll pull the engine and drop in a whippled 5.0, because I think that would just be absolutely nasty. But for what it's worth, in my opinion, this is an absolute awesome truck for the price. It's great. Now, don't get it wrong. I don't think that $60-something thousand is cheap. It's not. I don't want to like come across as like I'm some sort of like arrogant rich person here. No, I work for my money. I know $60,000 is a lot, but I think this truck is honestly well worth it. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. If you're on the fence about getting a Ranger Raptor, they're starting to pop up at dealerships a little bit more now. I wouldn't pay over MSRP for one. There's a lot of dealerships here in South Florida that are selling at MSRP or even discounted. I got mine at a discount, so definitely don't pay any sort of crazy markups. We're not in COVID anymore. Don't pay for that. But if you are on the fence about getting one, go test drive one, and I promise you, you will end up with a Ranger Raptor. So yeah, everyone, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for taking a ride with me today and shooting the shit a little bit about the Ranger Raptor. If you are an owner of a Ranger Raptor, go into the comment section below, share your 2 cents, let me know what you love, what you hate, pros, cons, all of that about the Ranger Raptor. And if you're a prospective buyer and you have any questions, feel free to ask away in the comment section. I try my best to reply to everybody. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. My name's Will, this is the Wimby YouTube channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.